Joining me now to talk more about this, Broward County Commissioner Michael Udine and Miami-Dade County Mayor Carlos Gimenez. Gentlemen, thank you both for coming in. Mr. Mayor, how did you learn the news today?
One of my staff members tweeted it to me and said that we were on the list of the 2020 final cities. That makes us in the top 10 percentile. Over about 238 cities actually submitted applications. So I'm really proud that Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach counties, our application was one of the top 20, and I think that we have a good chance of moving forward from now on.
What do you think it was, Mr. Commissioner, that helped us get to this final 20?
I think all the things that we offer as a region in South Florida. I mean, we have airports, we have very busy seaports, we have an educational infrastructure that is really pumping out people that can work at a new type headquarters for Amazon. We're the gateway to Latin America. We really add a lot to what's already out in Amazon's portfolio, and by coming to this part of the country and setting up a new headquarters here in the South Florida region, I think it's a big win for them, and I think it's a big win for South Florida.
What did we offer in the deal? Sweeteners. I mean, obviously you had to give some kind of incentives to Amazon, say, if you come here, this is what we'll do for you. Tax breaks. What is this going to cost taxpayers anything? Could it?
Well, look, there are incentives now that you give to companies that want to relocate to Florida and the South Florida and Miami-Dade County, and so Amazon will be, will have availability to have those tax incentives. But also, the great thing about the state of Florida is there are no income tax, and also the great thing about our communities, there is no county income tax that's attached to it. So a lot of these cities that are still in the running, they have higher tax rates and have these income taxes that they don't have to pay here in South Florida. Our diversity is a big key to Amazon. We are the gateway to the Americas. We speak, a number of languages here. Our infrastructure, like the commissioner said, is excellent with our airports and our seaport. And so, those are things that I think that Amazon, is looking for. And when you compare even our transportation system, although we live here and we complain about it, when you actually compare our transportation system and our our situation, it actually compares very favorably with some of the other cities that are in the top 20.
I know that you guys did some intelligence work. You went in, you tried to learn as much about the Amazon culture as you could so that you could craft this pitch according to what you thought they might want. What did you learn about Amazon that we might be able to give them here?
We have the workforce that can come and can use their cultural fit to be a part of this community. I think that Amazon is a game changer and South Florida is a game changer, and I think that it's important with all the attributes that we offer as far as our location, our life less taxing mantra that we have down here. I think it's a win for the culture of Amazon, and I think it's something, this is going to be transformational for a community. It was for the northwest part of the country, and it would be for down here. You're talking about 50,000 jobs, great high-tech jobs. You're talking about things that could really add to the ancillary technology jobs in South Florida. This is a game changer for the region, and I think it's a great to show the three counties working together. Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach, all of our business alliances, really putting our best foot forward together as a team, because to get these bigger type companies to come down to this area, it's going to have to be a regional approach, and I'm really proud of everyone for doing that.
I will tell you one thing, that we learned how Amazon communicates internally, and our application was spoken in that language, how they communicate.
What do you mean exactly?
They have a certain way of communicating. They have a certain way of talking, and things can only be a certain length. They're very much to the point. And so our application actually spoke the Amazon language.
Interesting.
I'm not sure that had an impact, but we wanted to make sure that we put our best foot forward. We understand who you are, we understand how you communicate, and this would be a great place for you to set up your shop and again bring 50,000 jobs. By the way, the average over $100,000 salary, which would be great for Miami, for our three counties.
You mentioned setting up shop. Where would the shop go? What did you say to Amazon? Hey, we've got locations, Palm Beach, Broward, Miami-Dade. These are the locations. What can you tell us about what you suggested to Amazon as where they might want to build this thing?
Well, listen, I don't really want to get into where these are. I'm just tell you that there are locations in Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach. because I don't want anybody to get start speculating about different sites. But they're all these were well planned out by the three counties and their economic development arms of the three counties. It was researched very well. Are they available? Yes. Do they fit what Amazon said in their RFP that they wanted? They all fit. And so that's what we put forward, and I think that once that list is made known at the end of the process, then people say, yeah, the three counties did an outstanding job putting their best foot forward.
Would the area be able to sustain the additional traffic? I mean, this traffic is a problem for everybody in South Florida. You hear about 50,000 more people driving to a workplace every day. Our roads are congested as they are. Have you thought about traffic? Would we need to build additional infrastructure to be able to take care of all of this?
Well, we have Bright Line coming online. We have some improvement in our traffic infrastructure that's coming already. Yes, if something comes down and there's going to be 50,000 jobs and 50,000 new people in the area, I'm sure that there would have to be infrastructure improvements that would be made, but the requisite tax dollars would come down to make those. This has the potential to add small cities to different areas, and there will be the underlying infrastructure improvements that would be needed to get any kind of large company, large type of event, whatever needs to be done, there's always going to be something, and the three counties would be able to work on that together as a team like they did with the submission. And these are all things that could be worked out as the process moved forward. I mean, I think that we have a good infrastructure in place. The Amazon executives will be down here. They'll meet with the three counties. They'll tour the different educational facilities of all three counties, FIU, FAU, the different places. And I think we have an infrastructure in place, and of course we would have to add to it, but I think that to get this type of economic infusion, high-paying jobs into the area, I think it's a win for this company and it's a win for the South Florida region.
One mayor outside of Atlanta, which is also in consideration, said that he will change the name of his city to Amazon, Georgia. Are the naming rights up for sale? Is that part of the pitch? Are you willing to create Amazon, Florida?
No. It's Miami. Miami is our brand, and it'll stay Miami and Miami-Dade, and I'm sure that Fort Lauderdale is Broward County's brand, and so I don't think that's in the works, because our plan, at least my vision, is that Amazon is the beginning. And so if you get an Amazon, one of the things you're going to have is also spin-off.
Yeah.
More companies are going to come here. We'll be grateful to Amazon if they come, but no.
We're not changing the name.
No, Miami's staying Miami. Yeah.
All right, well, thank you both very much. And Jeff Bezos, of course, went to high school here in South Florida. Can't hurt.
Nope.
We'll see what happens. All right, gentlemen, keep us posted, will you?
Thank you.